Season here on Big Time Sports. I'm Scott Robinson along with Chuck Rest on the McInturf Realty pregame show. And Chuck, two teams that really, Dover started slow, has come on fast, has won 4 in a row. Cambridge 2-3, but that record might be a little deceiving because of their opponents.
I think it is, Scott. You noticed Cambridge's record, like you said, 2-3, but they've really, I think, beefed up their schedule at the beginning of the year and played some pretty good competition. And tonight's game could be, could be telltale for Cambridge and how their season will go.
Last week, both offenses put up over 50 points a game as Dover defeated Coshocton 53-14, while Cambridge manhandled Riverview 58-21. And Chuck, as we start to look at the computer football rankings, Dover right now ranks 7th in Division III Region 11.
And if you notice that, I believe, too, if you look Canton South, right above them.
And New Philly's above them.
New Philly's above them, and that put, Dover right in there. Again, before, we jumped on here tonight, we were talking about that. And here on out, if Dover takes care of business, which I'm sure they're expecting to do the rest of the way out, again, that Dover-Philly matchup's probably going to be a big key to who ends up above the other when it comes playoff time.
We'll come back, talk a little bit about both teams, and show you the starting lineups for our ball game in a moment as we continue with the McInturf Realty pregame show right here on Big Time Sports. Dover Tornadoes will receive the opening kickoff, so let's take a look at their lineup for their offensive squad. Corey Lisowski at quarterback. Corey on the season has been very successful passing the football, completing 62% of his passes, nearly 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. Marcus Mammarella will be in the backfield to protect Lisowski. And then the wideouts, a very solid core. Corey Matlick, Kyle Sattler, Carson Gessner, and Ian Drapcho. And then across the line, it's Jason Orr, Alex Abiel, Cody Gordon, Danny Gendurvan, and Neil Finlayson. Okay, let's take a look at the defensive unit for the Cambridge Bobcats. At the defensive line spots, Taylor Lepla, Zach Wojciechowski, and Nate McVicker. The linebackers, Freeman, Moten, Hardesty, Van Dyne, and Morrison. And the deep backs will be Ryan Hadmaker, along with Reese Lashley, and also Steve Harris. So that's a look at the starters for both sides as we get ready to kick this one off in just a couple of moments. That's been the McInturf Realty pregame show. We'll come back with our opening kickoff from Crater Stadium in Dover in just a moment, so stay with us right here on Big Time Sports. Yeah, we're just about ready for our kickoff at Crater Stadium between the Dover Tornadoes and the Cambridge Bobcats. Taking a look at the Tornadoes receiving, they've had some big success of late with Corey Matlick, 22 catches, 498 yards. Kyle Sattler, 20 catches, 296 yards. And Ian Drapcho has 14 catches. Among those 14 catches, though, 4 touchdowns. Matlick with 4 TDs. Sattler, Marcus Mammarella, Carson Gessner, and Corey DeChera, all with 2 scores apiece. The running game for the Tornadoes, well, it's pretty much Corey Lisowski, 63 carries for 194 yards, and that's about a 3.1 yard per carry average, 5 touchdowns. His long run was a total of 71 yards. Offensively for the Cambridge Bobcats, Billy Webb, 30 of 66 passing for 461 yards. Rushing, Tyler Hardesty has 900 yards so far and 13 touchdowns. Tyler Hardesty with 8 catches as well. Tyler Lepla and Nate McVicker with 5 each. As we get ready to go here, as Corey DeChira back deep, and Jeff Ickus and Ian Drapcho back deep for the Tornadoes to receive the kick from Nick Liptak. And we're ready to go. To the high school football season. Kick. Going to bounce over the head of one of the up men. Taken by Ickes, fumbled, picked up, and he is down at about the 27-yard line where the Tornadoes will take over. And Chuck, as I'm thinking about it right now, let's talk a little bit about the wind. It started to really pick up. How much is that going to affect Dover's passing game?
Well, I don't think, they really throw that short passing game to begin with. And, they are going, basically it looks right now that they're going to go a little bit with the wind in this one. So I don't think that that's going to be a big thing. Lisowski doesn't really throw the ball deep downfield most of the time anyway.
Tornado's going to come out with a 5 wide out set. Matlick and Sattler wide to the left. Drapcho, Gessner, and Mammarella to the right. And the Bobcat defense playing a lot of games right now with the Dover Tornadoes. Not sure that's really going to be much of an impact here. as we get ready for the first play out of the shotgun. And immediately the Bobcats get a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5.
Well, now hang on here, Scott, because I saw the referee pointing at the left guard of the Tornadoes, so he may have had him jump. You know, I think it's that deal where, you know, they jump in there, and as long as they don't hit anybody in that neutral zone, they don't get across that football, Cambridge is going to be good. But just what you said, I don't really know what this is. You know, this is vintage Cambridge. You know, they used to do this 5-6 years ago. They started when Coach Goodrich came in and started playing the 3-5 defense. So he's got guys that he wants to be quick up there, just moving around a lot. So basically, if you look at their defense, it's a little bit changed from what we had down.
So 1st and 15 for the Tornadoes. Corey Lisowski ready for the snap. They'll go to the outside, little bubble screen, see if Drapko can get some of that yardage back. He does, out to the 35-yard line and out to the 39-yard line. A 1st down for the Tornadoes.
Well, that's going to be one of those things, I think, tonight, Scott, that Cambridge is going to have to, you know, just control the short passing game, but when they get it, they're going to have to give them 2- and 3-yard gains and not 12-yard gains.
Tornadoes going to come out in the hurry-up offense to try and take away any momentum the Bobcats could get early here. Lisowski gets good protection up front, fires, got a man there. It's caught by Matlick out at the 48-yard line, that of the Bobcats. So quickly, in 2 plays, the Tornadoes into Bobcat territory.
Well, they're going to play this defense, Scott. I think they're really going to have to get some pressure on Lisowski. If you just let him sit back there, he's going to pick you apart tonight.
If they're only going to bring 3 people, I don't think that's going to get the job done. Lisowski's going to take it himself. He's going to have another big gain, another 1st down. He's got plenty of running room at the 20, cuts to the outside, gets a block. He's going to take it all the way, 48 yards.
Well, just as soon as you said that, Scott, they brought the pressure, and he saw it coming and just ran that patented quarterback draw right up there, right through the middle.
Let's take another look at it here. I'm sure we'll have a chance here with 11:19 to go.
You can see they're just bringing the house on this one. He steps right up in, doesn't even look to throw the football. It just is a looseness right there. Just had him break a couple tackles. Nice block by the wide out on the last 15, 20 yards of the carry.
It's Corey Matlick with the block. And now Nick Rafter on to try the extra point. That kick is up, and it looks like the kick is good. So quickly, the Dover Tornadoes on top, just basically 41 seconds into the game. The Tornadoes up 7-0.
That took them 3 plays right there, and that just wasn't much to it. And Cambridge, that's one thing that I think we looked at, and for Cambridge to be successful tonight. Now they're going to get the ball on offense. They just need to take some time off the clock, move the football down the field, you know, tie the ball game up 7-7 and go play defense again. But that's going to be a thing that we've seen Dover so many times, that, you know, they can score so quickly, Scott, that you know, I guess a lead's just never safe with them.
The Bobcats have been averaging about 26 points a game, giving up 31. When you look at their schedule, they've lost to Parma Holy Name in week 1, 24-14. They defeated Marietta, 41-27. They lost to Licking Valley, who is up in the battle for Region 3.
Second place right now, I believe, in the
Division 3, Region 11, 49-7. They lost to Maple Heights, another team that's always powerful, 33-13. Then last week they blew out Riverview, 58-21. So we really don't know how good the Bobcats really are going to be.
Don't know. And like you said, you know, what you just said a few minutes ago, you've got a tailback right now with already 900 yards. That means they are doing something right on offense.
Zach Freeman, the deep back for the Cambridge Bobcats. And it's Corey DeChira to kick it away. And that is an over-the-shoulder catch by Tyler Berger. He'll bring it up the left side, has some running room, and then gets pulled down at about the 28-yard line. Good coverage there by Tyler Milburn for the Dover Tornadoes.
I think that looks like right now, Scott, that he just got back to about the 18-yard line on that one. So
you're right.
So that was looked like he had a hole if he could have broken that one tackle right there.
Billy Webb, the quarterback for the Cambridge Bobcats. Taylor Lepla and Tyler Hardesty in the backfield. On 1st down, Webb will go to the outside. It's caught there for a quick gain.
Billy Webb's pass is complete.
You know, since Coach Goodrich has been at Cambridge, you know, he's always had that nice size tailback that could just bust the ball up in there, or he's had a nice, you know, speedy, quick running back in there over the past 10 years. So, again, just another nice size fullback and tailback for him this year.
Steve Harris wide to the right side. This time they'll hand up to Hardesty. He's got nowhere to go as Andrew Bates is in there to make the stop for the Dover Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes keying on Hardesty that time on second down, and it will be 3rd down and 3.
Well, I think they come out throwing the ball. I think he wanted to just loosen those linebackers up a little bit because, like we said, you know, they know, Dover knows they are a running football team, and that's what they're going to do best on you.
They'll come out in the eye. Bobcats Black and Shellgrove to the right side. Hardesty's got some running room, and it's going to take a quick reaction by the secondary of the Tornadoes. Ian Drapcho comes over to make the stop at the 45-yard line. Great burst of speed there by Tyler Hardesty.
Yes, it was. Nice run by him. Just a nice kick-out block by the fullback on the defensive end, and he was just able to lead right up in there. You can see a little bit on the replay, and you know, he looks like he's going to be one of those kids that's going to be tough to bring down.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. We've seen a lot of offense so far here in the first quarter. Hardesty had 248 yards and 4 touchdowns last week against Riverview. The handoff, Lepla, he's got some running room. Marcus Mammarella will bring him down right about 1st down territory, maybe just a little bit short at about the 45-yard line of the Tornadoes.
Nice run by the fullback Lepla on that. He just ran a little trap play to the right, and you know, again, nice size fullback for you in there, and I think Cambridge is going to settle in here and just try to run the football.
Dylan Van Dyne comes wide to the left side, out of the eye. Hardesty the deep back, Webb under center. Webb drops back, looks to go to the outside, floats it out there, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Good coverage there by Cody DeChira. And that pass intended for Ben Shepard. 3rd down and about half a yard here. As the clock stopped with 9:11 to go in the first quarter of this East Central Ohio League battle between Dover and Cambridge.
One thing you see, Scott, about Cambridge's offensive line, they're just about foot to foot in there to run the football.
So we have a penalty flag down. It looks like it's going to be a 5-yarder against the Bobcats, and that really hurts.
When you go that foot-to-foot lineup in there, that just really, you know, clogs up the middle in there that you can't really get any linebackers shooting the gaps or any defensive linemen, you know, gone in or out real quick on that because everybody's stepping a very short step to get their block.
So that makes it 3rd down and 6. That may change up the play call here a little bit at the Dover 49. Hardesty rolling to his left, lobs it out. Hardesty's got it, and he is going to be short. And now they're back down to 4th and short. Just shy of the 45-yard line. And now do you take a chance here this early in the game?
I think Coach Goodrich is probably going to go ahead and go for this one because he knows that, as you can see, just a little swing pass out there to Hardesty in the flat, and Dover did a nice job on covering him up. But getting back this 4th down play, I really think that he will go for it here. He knows that he doesn't want to give the ball over to Dover too many times.
So Lepla and Hardesty lined up in the eye. Webb will take it himself, and boy, depending upon the spot,
it's going to be awful close.
If he got to the 45-yard line itself, I think he's got it. So
let's see where they put that ball. If they can give that thing anything,
it
on
is
the
a first
45,
down.
It will be a first down. You're right.
So just enough of a push by the Cambridge offensive line to get the yardage needed for a first down. So the Bobcats remain alive. One interesting fact about this, and I believe I've got this correct, that the home team has not won in this game since 2001.
I think you are correct on that.
Dover blitzes. And that busts up the play as Hardesty had nowhere to go, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by Cambridge's offensive line that time to pick up the blitz, but like you said, there was gaps that the linebacker shot from Dover, and there's just no way for Hardesty to go.
Zach Lang on the tackle for the Tornadoes.
That's things that I'm sure no team wants to, but Cambridge, the way they run the football, don't want to be in too many 2nd and 10s tonight.
Webb rolling to his right. Takes it himself on the fly. Down to the 41-yard line as Tyler Murray's there along with Brandon Murtaugh. And it'll be third down and a little more than 5. Let's call it 3rd and 6.
Well, you're in a definite playable situation right here for Cambridge where they could run some kind of draw or a little screen in here that might catch Dover off balance a little bit.
3rd down and 6. Dover leading at 7-0 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Webb's got a straight drop back. In trouble. He's going to be taken down for the loss back at the 46-yard line. And right there is Brandon Murtaugh. Boy, has he been a great addition to the Tornadoes.
I was just getting ready to say that. He's really become a nice addition for the Tornadoes this year because I think he stepped right into that nose guard position with his quickness.
So 4th and 11, the Bobcats will punt it away as Nick Liptak will kick it away. Corey DeChira and Ian Drapcho back deep, standing at about their own 10-yard line. And that punt nearly blocked. It's going to be taken by Drapcho at about the 15, out to the 20, the 25, 30. Has some running room. He needs a couple of blocks. Stays to the outside into Cambridge territory and knocked out around the 45-yard line of the Bobcats.
Nice job right there by Drapcho. You can see the punt was right on the sideline, and he stayed right with it. It just took it instead of going, trying to take it around the other side, took it right up the field like he should have. Nice job right there by staying in bounds. Gives Dover great field position on this second series for him.
So the Tornadoes will have a chance here. They lead at 7-0 with 6:12 to go here in the first quarter. Scott Robinson and Chuck Rest and the best of the big time sports boys here at Crater Stadium. First down and 10 for the Tornadoes. They've got great field position on the Cambridge side of the 50. Dover staying with 5 wideouts. And Lazowski gets plenty of time. Has a man wide open down the middle. Just overthrown. Intended for Corey Matlick. That ball was placed on a rope. And really, he put it the only place where Matlick had a chance to catch it.
That was one of those things that Matlick, he just kind of took a hesitation step instead of just keep running. Because I think if he would have ran on that one, I don't think with Lazowski's arm that you can outrun it.
Nice try, though. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Cambridge had good coverage. There wasn't too much doubt there. He was just open by a fraction. So Lazowski looks to the side. They give him the play call here against the defense that the Bobcats are trying to settle into here before the snap. They'll go to the outside screen. Gessner. And he's taken down quickly. Nice coverage there by Reese Lashley. And Gessner had nowhere to go. That's kind of the play they ran earlier that was very successful. Exactly. With Ian Drapcho on the other side.
Lashley was the free safety right there, and he just read that one perfectly, that where it was coming. So now you've got Dover in a 3rd and 11. This will be interesting for them because they don't run a whole lot of 15, 18-yard plays.
So 3rd down. Lazowski stays in the shotgun. Lazowski's going to have to take off with it. Gets loose from one tackler and fumbles it out of bounds. But now it's kind of one of those situations, okay, we've got down to about the 36, maybe the 35-yard line. We need to think about this.
Got a player down right here for Cambridge, so that's going to give Dover a little bit of time here to think about what they want to do. It looks like with Cambridge's defense, just the way they're up, jumping around right now, but they know, by doing this all the time and doing it for a while, they know exactly what they're doing. It just confuses the offensive line, I think, just enough to know what person is actually going to come through what gap. That it gives you just a hesitation on who you're going to block and how you're going to block them. But again, you saw what happened if Cambridge brings pressure. Lazowski's good enough back there, quarterback, he just tucks it and runs it.
So 4th down and about 4. Tornadoes are going to go for it. At least they're lining up like they're going to go for it. I'm not sure how effective the situation that the Bobcats defense jumping around, I'm not sure that really is bothering the Tornadoes
I don't
much.
think that bothers you so much. Is you just want to know, as an offensive lineman, if you're going to cover your gap, you got to make sure that you got your gap covered.
Middle of the field is just wide open. They go to the outside. They easily have the first down. Kyle Sattler the catch at about the 26-yard line. There was nobody defensively in the middle of the field at all.
They didn't have anybody covering the middle because they went ahead and went.
Let's take another look at it on the Weaver Barnes rewind.
He just dropped in that little zone area, the soft zone that Cambridge was playing, and he was able to just pick him up.
First down and 10 for the Tornadoes at the Cambridge 26-yard line. Lazowski looks to go to the outside, picks his way through some linemen and makes a positive out of it, but I think we're going to get a block in the back maybe.
Either that or a hold probably on one of the Dover linemen.
Looked like they're...
had a couple of those hankies on there, so both of them must have seen it.
There definitely was something that went amiss for the Tornadoes. When your quarterback starts to scramble like that, it's an all-out fire drill.
Exactly, because usually when he wants to run it, he just takes it and goes. He doesn't want to sit back there and then have to make those linemen hold their blocks that long.
It's going to be a big penalty against the Tornadoes. It is going to be a block in the back against the Tornadoes. It'll be first down and 20 for the Tornadoes. It just seems like if they can make 10, they normally make 20. So,
exactly. So what's another 10 for them, huh?
The type of offense they've been running.
Well, you're in a good situation. You got first down with 20 yards. It's something that is not uncommon for them to have.
Lazowski out of the shotgun, the quick pass to the outside, and Jachira can't hang on to it.
Lazowski led him just a little bit too much on that because they had a little bit of blocking downfield for him to pick up some of that back. So,
well, he's got big-time speed, and they're trying to get him to the corner. And let's see what they decide to do here on second down and 20. The Tornado offense has been racking up the points. They've got 98 points on the season, averaging a little better than 40 a game.
Going to win a few ball games scoring 40 points, aren't you?
I think you might. Lazowski lays one out there. Jachira's wide out there. Touchdown. 36-yarder.
You called it 2 plays ago, Scott, where they're just leaving the middle of the field wide open and try to go 3 over 2 on or 4 over 3 on Dover's defenders, and that leaves the middle of the field wide open. So I'm sure they caught that from up in the box. You can see right there, Jachira just ran straight down the middle of the field on a post pattern, and there was nobody within 7 yards of him.
So Rafter on to try the extra point.
Kyle Sattler to hold and Zach Rafter to attempt the point after.
Good snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's 14-0 Dover over Cambridge. We'll be back with more in a moment here on Big Time Sports. Here we go with the kickoff, 4:38 to go. First quarter, 14-0 Dover. Picked up by the Bobcats. Out to about the 29-yard line. And it was Lashley on the return for the Bobcats.
Tyler Milburn on the tackle.
Well, Cambridge has just got to be very patient right now. I realize it's 14-0 already, but they got to do what they do best, and that's just run the football, take your time, take time off the clock, take the ball and get it in the end zone, and get some confidence with the kids. And they'll be
fine. One thing that I think has helped the Bobcats is Rick Goodrich has now been there a while. He's
right,
been able to put his program in place from the lower levels up to the senior high levels,
exactly.
and they're starting to see the results.
And they've got some athletes year in and year out in that school.
So the Bobcats take time out. That'll give us time to tell you that you want to tune in to PCM TV2 on Monday night at 10:30 for a replay of a girls volleyball match between the Central Catholic Saints and the Highland Lady Hawks. Big Time Sports Zone Charlie Jones at the mic for that one, so you won't want to miss that. Coming up too on Big Time Sports as we move through into week 7 of the high school football season, we'll have the Claymont Mustangs hosting the Dover Tornadoes. On October 10th, it'll be New Philly at Cambridge. On the 17th, Dover hosts Greenville, and on the 18th, it's Garaway at Central Catholic. Then the 24th, it's going to be a big day in October. Dover at New Philadelphia, as we'll all be there. The entire Big Time Sports team will complete the season on October the 25th, the regular season anyway, with Husky Valley at Indian Valley. So that's all coming up on Big Time Sports as we get ready to go first down and 10 for the Bobcats. And Hardesty has nowhere to go.
Tyler Hardesty on the carry.
As he loses his helmet, didn't get much yardage.
That's one thing we've noticed now, I think, watching Dover a couple times. Their defensive line, which was, going to be tested the first couple weeks, have really come around, and they've been able to stop the run a lot better.
We're going to call that loss of a yard, second down and 11. The ball at the 27-yard line. If the Bobcats cannot run the football, it's going to make for a long night. And another penalty.
Now that's just got to be discipline right there. Those kids have just got to get in there, sit in there, get rid of the 5-yard penalties, because it's going to be hard enough for them, like you said, just to run the ball consistently and pick up first downs all the way down, that they're just going to have to.
Second and 16. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Dover leading at 14-0. Tornadoes lost their opener south, and they have ripped off 4 straight victories. The Bobcats at 2-3. They're coming off a big win over Riverview last week. Webb rolling left, gets it out there to Shepard. Stopped at the 29-yard line. Andrew Bates there to make the stop.
Just a little.
Guess that was to Shepard.
Yep, just a little delay to the tight end right there, where he just let the Dover defense get on the move, and then he just waited 1,001, 1,002, and ran out in the flat. A nice pickup for the Bobcats.
Third down and 9. 3.5 minutes to go here, first quarter. And again, it's just the type of situation that the Bobcat offense does not want to be in.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier for him to pick up that 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 9.
Webb's going to launch it long, and there is nobody back there except Corey DeChira, and it's off his fingertips. So it is 4th down.
Well, they had just a little bit of a mix-up with the wide receiver and the quarterback. He was just doing a deep hook pattern to get the first down, and Webb just let it. He thought he was going to run the fade on it, and now the Bobcats are going to have to punt.
So DeChira and Drapcho drop back deep.
The Shire to pick that one off right there. He could have got pretty good yardage
at least midfield.
Coming back. Exactly.
Nick Liptak will kick it away for the Bobcats. Tornadoes were close to it the last time. And this one, Drapcho is going to field about the 38 out to the 40-yard line, and not much there on the return, as that tackle made by Ryan Hadmaker for the Bobcats. It'll be first down and 10 here for the Tornadoes, as they lead it 14-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, check page 2 in your program for the Grinders ad. If that ad has a red Dover Tornado stamp, you've won a $10 gift certificate to Grinders in Dover.
So the Tornadoes come out again with the 5 wide out set. We'll see if the Bobcats make some adjustments defensively to watch the middle. Set of hand signals you'll see him use, touching his chest, his helmet, putting his arms outstretched. He's got some room. He's got to get rid of it. And the pass complete to Kyle Sattler. And that's a pretty nice little 6-7 yard gain right there.
Billy Webb with the tackle for the Bobcats.
See, Lasowski just sits in the pocket just long enough and is going to roll because nobody's out there, and just that's what he does best, and Dover's receivers just sit there and wait on him.
Second down and 5 for the Tornadoes. As the 3 wideouts up top, 2 to the short side of the field. And they'll go across the middle of the field again. Carson Gessner is there. It's a foot race. Got a block, got to the outside. That got him an extra 10 to 12 yards as he is stopped around the 11-yard line. And the Tornadoes again go right to the middle of the field.
Well, that's the thing. That's what they're leaving open. You can see right now, if you can see at the beginning of the play, they have nobody in the middle of the field, and they just go ahead and drop it right in there. And
if that ball hits him in stride, he's gone.
He's gone. But, Matlick, that's 2 times in a row now. Matlick's got huge blocks on a Cambridge defender to pick up a touchdown and another 15, 20-yard extra gain for the Tornadoes on that play.
First down and 10 for the Tornadoes at the Cambridge 11-yard line. As Lazowski takes the snap. Has some room to run, penalty flag down. It's a touchdown, but that one's going to be called back. I think they're going to get the Tornadoes for holding.
I believe you're right on that, but that's just another job right there. Sattler just goes down and stops right at the end zone, and Lazowski just drills it right in the stomach for him.
So that'll back the Tornadoes up. It might be actually more than a little bit more than a major penalty.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, still first down.
So the Tornadoes back around the 24-yard line. They need to get to the, I believe, the 1-yard line for a first down. So it would be first and 23.
For the Tornadoes.
Let's see if they run some type of slant pattern, maybe something here to get to the middle. Mammarella, Gessner, and Drapcho wide to the right side. They're going to go to the outside corner. If he doesn't run out of room, he's got it, and the tiptoes the end line and just out of bounds. As I believe that's Matlick that was just out at the rear of the end zone.
He was just right there. You can see he just ran a fade on him, and Lazowski just let him just a little bit too much, but that's exactly what he had to do because he was the only one that could catch it right there. Good defense.
Just didn't hang on to it.
Good defense on Cambridge's part on that one.
Second down and 23. So Lazowski looks over the defense, takes a little bit of a high snap, gets good protection. Across the middle, Gessner had it. He had 6 all over it and dropped it.
Yes, he was. He had everybody beat on that one, and I guess on that play right there, you can see it just hit him in a bad place right in the hands because he had everybody beat. You can see, I think he took his eyes off of it just a little bit, and that cost him a touchdown. You can see, though, like you said, Scott, they're just attacking the middle of the field, and that's something Cambridge is going to have to do, is at least keep somebody in the middle to be able to just sit in there and read Lazowski's eyes.
So the Tornadoes with third down and 23. Will the third time be the charm? It looks like it will be, and Matlick that time catches it for a 24-yard touchdown pass.
Just a little out and up on that one. You can see by Matlick, he stopped just enough and did an out route and just held. You can see right there a little stop and go, just held the Cambridge defender just enough that he couldn't get turned around. Just left him three yards enough to just go in there and score that touchdown for him. Well, Scott, you're going to be possibly up 21-0. Now what do you do with Cambridge?
Dover's just going to keep passing the football.
Well, you know it. They're not going to run the football, so that's just going to be one of the things that they're going to do. And, Cambridge is going to look at it now, and they got to keep their heads up and keep working because, they're not, I don't think, a very quick scoring offense. And this is something that I'm sure that Coach Goodrich didn't want to get himself in.
Well, it's one of those things. How do you defend 5 receivers? You got to make a commitment, and the commitment they've made is to give up in the middle of the field, and the Tornadoes have found that already. So now they've got to adjust and figure out how are we going to counter that.
Well, that's the thing, because you look at it right now. You take somebody out of the middle of the field. You try to go over. But you got to get, if you're going to do that, then you're going to have to pressure him so he doesn't have that middle of the field open all the time. And so far, Dover's offensive line has just done a great job, holding Cambridge out and giving Lazowski plenty of time to throw the football. And we know by seeing him for the last couple of years, he's good enough to pick you apart if you let him.
Well, let's see. He's got a 48-yard touchdown run. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
And 2 touchdown passes, all with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Right.
Yeah, that's not too bad of a night's work for most.
That's pretty.
He might be under consideration for our Man at Restaurant MVP here in the first quarter. A lot of football to go. And that was counting 1 touchdown pass, really, that should have been caught that was dropped.
But they did score on that series.
That's
so,
right.
You know.
Corey DeChira in to kick it away on the kickoff. And the Bobcats have it deflect off one of their players. And they'll pick it up. And there is not much to do there as the Bobcats in trouble.
No, so far also, you know.
As that was Tyler Berger.
You talk about the offense at Dover. You know, the special teams at Dover has been pretty solid so far tonight also.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats at their own 11-yard line. So when it goes bad, it really goes bad in a hurry. So the Bobcats will stay in the eye. Webb rolling to his right. Looks to the outside. Lepla has it. And Lepla brought down. Nice gain out to about the 23-yard line as Corey DeChira makes the stop.
Nice job right there by Cambridge. Get themselves out of the hole a little bit with the pass. They saw that the Dover was going to bring a little pressure, and they just dropped it out in the flat to the fullback, and Lepla was able to pick up about 12 yards on that one.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats at the 23-yard line with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Quick handoff to Hardesty. The Tornadoes went with the blitz that time. They took a chance in the gaps, and Hardesty ends up with a big run and another first down for the Bobcats.
They brought a backside blitz on that, and from Dover's right side, and Cambridge decided to run to the right, so Hardesty picks up a nice, again, 12-yard gain for him, and this is just what they got to do, is just be patient.
They need to get something sustained to settle things down a little bit. Dover's really come at them hard here in this first quarter. First down and 10 for the Bobcats from their own 35-yard line. And quickly, the penalty flags hit the field.
I think Dover might have been in a neutral zone. Nope, they had Cambridge on a motion on that. Nope. My fault. I was watching the official, and you should never do that, Scott. They don't know what they're doing.
So the 5-yarder against the Tornadoes makes it first down and 5 for Cambridge. A handoff inside to Lepla. Get a couple of yards. The stop made in there by Andrew Bache. And it'll be second down and 3 after the gain of 2. And the Bobcats may need to run one more play here, I think, to run out the first quarter. They're down 21-0 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. The handoff, Hardesty. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. And that will bring to an end the first quarter with Dover leading at 21-0. Stay with us for second quarter action right here on Big Time Sports. And we're back. Ready to go here with third down and 1. And the Bobcats jump. It'll be a 5-yarder. Had the wrong count on the line, and it'll be third down and 6.
Looks like Zach Wojciechowski from Cambridge has got a little bit of a quick start on that one. Puts now the Bobcats in, about a 3rd and 6 situation, and it's going to make it a little bit tougher.
Third down and 6. Power eye. Hardesty picks his way through, finds enough room for the first down. And the Bobcat drive will continue.
Well, that time, Scott, they just went to a power I backfield and led two, as you can see on the replay. They just had two backs in the backfield, running right up in there and leading Hardesty right through. He picked up about 7-8 yards. Maybe that's something that, look, Cambridge might want to look at. Looks like that's what they're coming out of in this series, too, just a power I set.
First down and 10 for the Bobcats at the 48-yard line. The handoff to Hardesty around the left side. And he's wrapped up after a gain down to about the 48-yard line, maybe gain of 4. Second down and 6.
Scott, they're just right there. They have been moving the ball a little bit. They've just had to, they've had penalties. They've had an incomplete pass, and they've had to punt the football a couple times. But, they got a nice size offensive line. They can move the ball, move people off the line of scrimmage. And two nice lead backs up in there to give Hardesty some room to run the football.
A handoff again to Hardesty. This time he gets stacked up. Marcus Mammarella in there, met him head on at about the 45-yard line. So really not much gain there. It'll be third down at about 4. Is there a point now that if the Bobcats in Dover territory anywhere, and it's 4th and 3, 4th and 4, they're going to continue to punt the football?
Well, we sit up here and we think, no, there's no way. It's 21-0. But, every time you give Dover a shorter field than what you really want to look at, it seems like they come back to bite you on it.
The handoff, Hardesty. We're going to find out what they're going to do very quickly here. As in on the stop was Chris Cecil and also Tyler Murray.
Well, they had a 4th time down last time.
They're going to go for it. I can't imagine they're not.
Yeah, I really think that, that's one of those things. You look at that situation, Dover being what they are and a throwing football team in 4th and 1. Sometimes you think maybe not, but here I would certainly think that Cambridge feels confident in the yard.
Hardesty right ahead. He's not going to get it. Dover's going to have the football, and getting in there for the Tornadoes was Zach Lang, and he's had a pretty nice first half.
Yes, he has. That was just a nice job by Lang. He just shot the gap, and nobody touched him. You can see he just shot down inside, and he got in before either one of the two lead backs could get up there and put a helmet on him. So there we go, giving Dover a short field here again.
So with 9:49 to go here in the second quarter, it's 21-0 Dover, and the Tornadoes have the football at their own 44-yard line. As you get a good look there at Tyler Murray getting some attention.
Looks like they're looking at his left arm there a little bit. So
maybe wrist, arm, elbow, maybe.
Something that you don't want to see happen to him.
So first down and 10 for the Tornadoes. And Lisowski dropping back. DeShira's got plenty of room to run. Cuts it back to the outside, gets near the sideline, gets an extra 10 after that. He's down to the 21-yard line before those tackles able to be made by Dylan Van Dyne and also R.J. Baldwin.
Well, you could see it was just a little bit of a slip screen to him, and he just had everything open for the first 15 yards and then got a couple nice blocks by his lineman. And there you can see he just pushed Sattler right out of the way and picked himself up another 12 to 15 yards on that play. It took about 4 Cambridge tacklers to get him down.
Lisowski looks down the middle of the field. It's there and just deflected as it was Marcus Mammarella, the intended receiver.
Broken up by Steve Harris.
Nice defensive play right there by the Cambridge defensive back.
We got a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. So we'll see if it's going to go a 5-yarder which way.
Could have been a possibility that Dover didn't have enough people on the line of scrimmage on that side.
We're about to get the call, but it looks like whatever it is, the Bobcats are trying to turn it down.
Illegal formation against the offense. 6 men on the line. Penalties declined. Second down.
So second down and 10. Lazowski under heavy pressure across the middle. Matlick is there, and it's another touchdown for the Tornadoes.
Again, like you said, they're just running somebody to the middle of the field each time. Last time it was Mamarilla trying to go to the middle from the right side. This time Matlick goes from the left side. Cambridge just can't have that covered. Lazowski just steps right in there. Just drills right in. Nice catch by Matlick right there. Takes it into the end zone.
Just a great slant.
And it just looks like, Dow, I guess if we look back on it, Dover's just mixing it up a little bit. One time they send somebody from the right down the middle, and sometimes they send somebody from the left. So it's just really giving Cambridge fits right now.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. And that makes it 28-0. I suppose there could have been maybe a little bit of argument that his knee might have been down at the 1 yard line before the ball got in.
Yeah, but as he twisted him around, I think he might have had the ball in the end zone on the twist, and then that's where they gave it to him. You can see it again here. Yeah, his knee might have been down. You're right.
It's close.
It was very close on that.
I think his knee went down before he got it over.
But nice camera work by our guys right there, but they went ahead and gave him a touchdown anyway. So
our opinion does not matter in that instance.
That's right. They got 28 on the board right now.
So it's 28-0, Dover leading Cambridge, and the Bobcats have done bupkis when it comes to offense. They have not moved the ball, and defensively they have not been able to stop the Tornado attack.
Well, the thing about it is you're going to have some pretty good defensive backs just to be able to stay with Dover, and you're going to have to mix some things up where you're going to go cover 2 and cover 3 and some man coverage on them, because if not, like you said, Lazowski knows this offense, it seems like as well as Coach F does, so he's going to be able to sit in there and just pick you apart if you give him opportunity to throw the football.
So Danny Witter will kick it away for Dover. And a strong kick by Witter. That's going to go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20-yard line. And that's something we were used to seeing last year with Matt Reinhardt.
Exactly.
That time, Danny Witter drills one.
Oh, we talked about the wind, at the beginning of the ball game. Now you look out there and the flag's not even moving, so it's not even a factor in anything that is going on here tonight. So we thought we might get a little bit of rain come into the forecast, but so far it's been a nice night for football.
Tornadoes want a timeout here. So it's 28-0, Dover leading Cambridge. We'll come back with more second quarter action in a moment. Stay with us here on Big Time Sports. And we're back with 9:22 to go here in the second quarter. Dover leading at 28-0. And the Cambridge Bobcats have it, first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. In the backfield, the pitch goes to Tyler Berger. And it looks like he may have lost about a yard as Andrew Bates makes the stop. It'll be second down and 11.
Looks like Cambridge is starting to put a few different players into the ball game just to try to get something going here with Berger back there.
Well, I thought maybe they're giving Hardesty a break since he's playing both ways.
Him and Berger looks like he's a little smaller, maybe a little bit more speed. Try to get to the outside.
Second down and 11 with the ball on the 19. Webb rolling to his right. Got a man out there. It's caught by Shepard out to the 40. He stays on his feet out to the 45-yard line before Ian Drapcho able to bring him down.
Nice job on that. Nice little rollout. Nice fake up in there. Goes ahead and takes the tight end just like they did a little bit ago. Rolls him out. Lets him run down a little bit of an out pattern. Nice catch and nice run for the Bobcats.
Bobcats have actually been more successful throwing the football and running it so far.
Yes, they have. They've had some consistency running the football, but throwing the ball, they're moving the ball down the field.
Tornadoes blitz. They force Webb out of the pocket. He's got a man down there. DeChira is there. And that turned the receiver, Zach Freeman, into a defensive back, and he knocked it away.
Nice job right there. Nice defensive coverage by the Tornadoes on that. Just a little man-up coverage, and that's the way you're supposed to play a textbook.
So the Bobcats looking at second down and 10 from the 46-yard line. They'll stay in the eye. The up man now is Nate McVicker, and we've got another penalty flag down. And that's going to back the Bobcats up 5 more.
Well, this is another thing. It just doesn't help the Bobcats. It just seems like every time they do move the football, if they can have it 2 or 3 series, they always have at least 1 penalty in there. And that's just mental discipline right now by being down 28-0.
2nd and 15 for the Bobcats.
Hardesty coming back into the football game here, and seems like they were giving like you said, he and Lepla a little bit of a break.
So the Bobcats send Dylan Van Dyne wide to the left. To the short side is Steve Harris. Webb looks for the screen across the middle to Hardesty. And Hardesty has nowhere to go. Again, Zach Lang there to break it up. Andrew Bates there. And it'll be 3rd down and about 14.
Just a little screen pass, a little screen right to Hardesty, and Dover gets off his block right there. Lang gets off his block, comes up and makes a nice play on him.
So it'll be 3rd down and long. So Webb is going to take it in the shotgun here. He'll roll to his right. Short pass out there to Shepard, and there was nowhere to go as the Tornadoes had that one easily covered. And Carson Gessner making the stop. It'll be 4th down. So this time I've got to figure the Bobcats are going to punt the
Yeah, I don't
football
think
away.
there's any question on this one, Scott.
4th and 12 for the Bobcats. Nick Liptak to punt for Cambridge. Ian Drancho along with Chico DeChira to return for the Tornadoes.
So DeChira and Dropcho back at about their own 20-yard line. Liptak on to punt it away. This time it'll be DeChira. Gets a block. He's got a wide open field to the left side. Just needs a couple of helpers if he can get a block. He's still on
catch
his
him
feet
from behind.
at the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. He just didn't hold up. He got excited and took off in front of his blockers.
Well, that was just almost a perfect wall. You could see right here with Dover as he kicked it. It was kind of a low kick. He was able to just catch it, and you could see it on the replay, the wall that's just set up down through here. There's just
tried to
nobody.
slow up. He's just
He tried
jogging.
to slow up to wait on a couple blockers, and he just couldn't hesitate long enough, I don't think.
So the Tornadoes again in great field position. I mean, if you're reading the minds of the fans with the score 28-0 and Dover looking like they're in pretty good shape for another good opportunity to score.
I would think so.
We might see some people leave early.
I would think. Homecoming weekend, though.
Lisowski's going to go long. Matlick's out there again. Touchdown Dover.
Well, if you look at this right here, Scott, watch on the replay, and I was just trying to watch on this and what Cambridge was doing. They sent 2 guys to the middle of the field and had it covered, and I think Lisowski just looks him off and just throws it right down the sideline on a little bit of a fade pattern or a go pattern.
That is the 3rd touchdown pass catch for Matlick here in the first half.
He's played pretty well so far, too. We're going to have to put that one on you tonight, Scott, on this most valuable player.
And that kick is good, making it 35-0.
Well, so far, you'd have to look at the Tornadoes and said they're pretty much, moving on all cylinders right now. Defensively, they're playing well. Offensively, it's almost like they're scoring at will. And again, special teams have set up a couple touchdowns for the Tornadoes.
Now, Coshocton was supposed to be good. They destroyed them. Cambridge supposed to be pretty good. Still a half of football left. Let's not get carried away, but
but it does look like that the Tornadoes have a game pretty much in hand.
Winning ticket number 1-6.
So the Dover Tornadoes will have to kick it away.
165
Well, we're getting a little bit of rain now, Scott. That what we thought was supposed to happen tonight. So, like you said, Tornado fans might just be going to walk out the gates right now, so they don't get wet.
Well, it's 35-0. We're not even at halftime yet, and now it's raining. So I'm guessing that attendance might get a little lighter as we go on.
I would think so. And we can look down right now and see that people are walking to the exits.
Danny Witter again with a kick. Freeman will take it back at his own 4-yard line. Out to the 20, cuts back to the middle of the field, has some room. And then is taken down at the 27-yard line.
Nice run back there. Nice field position to get started here for the Bobcats. They just got to get a little something going offensively and be consistent with it.
Hey, special thanks to our friends at Bob Evans for providing the announcers and crew with their special knife and fork sandwiches before the game tonight. If you want to try something new and exciting, try one of those sandwiches at Bob Evans in Dover and New Philadelphia. So thanks a lot to all of our friends at Bobby E's. Taylor Lepla out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Nice little fullback trap there by Lepla to start this series with, and picked up a couple extra yards after a helmet on him by a tornado.
Pickup of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats.
Bobcats right now, I think clock management is going to be their friend. They need to get off some first downs, try and burn as much time off the clock and keep the Dover offense off the field. There. Tornadoes in the backfield. Nearly Christian Ifta was there on Hardesty before the handoff could even take place, and that just blew up the play big time.
That sure did.
Let's take another look on the Weaver Barnes
He just timed that
rewind.
one perfectly right there. You can see number 6. He could have paid attention.
Bates
he might have got a
rather.
handoff. Or I'm sorry, that was Bates. You're right.
I get my multiples of 3 confused.
Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Bobcats.
I'm trilexic. The handoff inside, and nowhere to go that time for the Bobcats.
Well,
As that is a sweet hit by Tyler Hawk.
Yes, that was. Hawk just had that one. It seemed like he was in the huddle of Cambridge to know what was coming. Now the Bobcats are going to have to punt the football again. You know, and you look at it too, and this is a situation. Do you give a second group, you know, for Dover's offense a chance to come out and play in the first half, and then go ahead and you know, let your first group come out and play a couple series in the second half? Where do you kind of draw the line here a little bit?
DeChira and Drapcho back to receive the punt from Liptak. This time a nice punt by Liptak. Drapcho's just going to let it roll, and it'll stop about the 28-yard line where the Tornadoes will get it. 1st down and 10. So in the first half, another big first half for Corey Lisowski. He's got 4 touchdown passes and a 48-yard run for a score. And the Tornadoes are up 35-0 with 4:54 to go here in the first half.
And husband of Sharon Crawford, the Dover South School Elementary nurse.
So 1st down and 10 for the Dover Tornadoes.
From 1 p.m. to question mark at South Elementary School, 280 Schaefer Avenue in Dover. Doors open for the bake sale at 1 p.m. and the auction begins at 2.
So Lisowski stays in the shotgun, 5 wideouts.
You can see Cambridge is going to try to back somebody up into the middle of the field.
And Lisowski's going to take off, gets to the outside. He'll have the 1st down and plenty more. Out to about the 49-yard line. A gain of almost 21 on that run by Corey Lisowski. Let's take another look on the Weaver Barnes rewind.
Well, that was just automatic running play for Lisowski on that one. I think he came up and saw that they did have a couple guys in the middle of the field, so he knew that the outside would be wide open. Matlick there, you can see again, he's just having a heck of a ball game tonight.
Nick
Nice
Snellgrove
block.
with the tackle for the Bobcats there. And 1st down and 10 here for the Dover Tornadoes. As the Bobcats still moving people around.
Watch for Matlick here on a post pattern.
It's DeChira. He's going to get to the outside and then knocked out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line at about the 39. That'll be another first down for the Tornadoes. And stop the clock with 4:15 to go.
Well, this is something here now that if you got a chance, I think Lisowski can try to get every one of his receivers into the patterns a little bit.
First down and 10 for the Tornadoes in Bobcat territory, where they've spent most of their night so far. And Lisowski takes the snap. To the outside, Matlick there. It's going to be another first down to the middle of the field. Hangs onto the football and is taken down at the 25-yard line. I'm not sure what his percentage passing is, but Corey Lisowski has not missed too many tonight.
Oh, he stepped right in. Matlick just run a little bit of a stop pattern on the outside, was able to catch it. Did a nice job of gaining some extra yardage after the catch.
First down and 10, and
got a little problem here. Everybody went but the center on that one, Scott. So that might be a Dover penalty.
I'm just thinking that somebody missed that snap count. They've still got plenty of time and plenty of firepower. Not even the penalties have stopped the Tornadoes tonight. So first down and 15 for the Tornadoes. And Lisowski, pretty good coverage across the middle. Ball's tipped, deflected, and almost intercepted. And we got a penalty flag down.
Well, let's see what we got on this one. They may have a penalty on Cambridge defender hitting. Who was it? Was it Sattler on that one that he got a hold of before the ball was in the air?
Let's see if the ball might have been tipped.
You can see step
maybe
up
anyway.
there, but nice job again by the Dover offensive line. You can see coming across, it looks like he was tripped.
Defensive pass interference.
Yes, defensive pass interference on that one. So there again, what Cambridge didn't need, and like we said, things are going right for Dover no matter what they're doing right now.
With no disrespect to anybody, it sure looks like it's going to go down to Dover and Philly for the ECOL championship here at the end of the season.
Well, if we're looking at it right now, I think you're right. I mean, New Philadelphia still has Coshocton to play yet, which was supposed to be another one of the top teams in the league.
Lisowski to the outside, DeChara. A little bubble screen that time, got stacked up, lost of a yard. It'll be second down and about 12, lost of a couple there.
Dylan Van Dyne on the tackle.
So far, Cambridge has played that bubble screen, you know what I mean, relatively, the quick bubble screen that they have relatively successfully tonight.
So the Tornadoes looking at second down and 12. Lisowski across the middle. It's there. Gessner, touchdown.
Well, there you go. We're going right back to the middle of the field here. If we need a score, Gessner just ran a quick slant or a quick post pattern on this, and Lisowski just stepped right up in and drilled it right to him. Had his man beat to the inside, and there's absolutely no way Cambridge could stop that one.
I'm going to run out of paper to write down the scores here before it's all said and done.
And we still got 2:56 to play in the first half.
Dover beat Cambridge 53-0 last year, and that is good.
Well, they've got 42 on the board right now.
So now we're at 95-0 for the
go.
Tornadoes here in the last two seasons.
40, Cambridge 0.
If there was any doubt the Tornadoes have improved since game one of the season, let it be shown there. There is no doubt.
I think so. There's just no question about it. And I think that coming off that loss and then going up to Avon Lake and and basically everybody, you know, upsetting them. I think that's what really got them changed around a little bit. And you know, we talked about a Dover-Philly matchup in Week 10. Well, and we also talked about at the beginning of the broadcast on our region matchups. You know, they could get another shot at Canton South again too.
So 2:56 to go here in the second quarter.
Danny Witter to kick off.
And Danny Witter will kick it off for the Tornadoes. He's hit 2 really good kickoffs here. He'll try it again.
Zach Freeman, Reese Lashley, Tyler Berger back to return for the Bobcats.
Witter back near the goal line. Hardesty will take it at his own 2-yard line. Rather, it was Freeman that took it out to the 17-yard line, where Cambridge will have it here with 2:51 to go first half.
Chance Shalosky on the tackle for the Tornadoes.
Well, let's see if Cambridge get a little bit of offense going here, and if nothing else, run out the clock here in the first half.
Even the announcers need a break. So the Bobcats first down and 10. The handoff to Hardesty. Tyler Hawk is there. And Keith Johnson as well.
With the carry for the Bobcats.
So it'll be second down and 8 after the gain of 2. Bobcats just have not had much success offensively here. By the score, you can certainly tell that. It's 42-0 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Webb rolling to his left under pressure. Slips it out to the fullback. And a nice gain by Kyle Cox will give the Bobcats a first down out beyond the 30-yard line as we get another look.
You can see just the fullback goes up and acts like he's going to hit the defensive end to hold him, and lays right out in the flat. Nice pickup right there. Nice block.
Freeman had a great block there on Carson Gessner.
So that's what they got to do, just move the football.
And the Bobcats now with it first down and 10. Pressure, ball's loose and picked up by Webb. And quickly it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was pretty quick right there. It's a good thing that ball bounced down and not back up, because Dover could have picked that one right out of the air. Seems like they're just finding the gap each time and blitzing the linebacker, and been very successful on this so far.
Second and 13 for the Bobcats.
So the Bobcats have it second down and 13. The handoff inside. Not much running room there, as Tyler Hawk makes the tackle along with Chris Cecil, as Tyler Hardesty got a few.
Chris Cecil, along with Colton Zahner. Brings up 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats.
Well, they're going to come up with a third down here. I think, you know, you got to get some success here a little bit. You're going to have to throw the football to pick up a first down. Just keep your offense on the football field the rest of the first half.
Third down and 8 for the Bobcats. And the Bobcats have it. And nowhere to go, as that may be the last play of the half here. And that'll mercifully bring the half to an end with the Tornadoes leading it 42-0. We'll come back with our Big Jim's halftime report in a moment, so stay with us right here on Big Time Sports. And we're back at halftime for the Big Jim's halftime report. Brought to you by Big Jim's Burgers and More on the south side of New Philadelphia. Let's take a look at our numbers from the first half of action. And as you might suspect, with a score of 42-0, the numbers favor the Dover Tornadoes.
Well, you're in there. You know, Cambridge is a rushing team, Scott, and they had 24 attempts with 71 yards. That's just not the way they play football. 2.86, you know, as you said coming in, they were rushing the ball about 8 yards a carry. Dover only attempted 3 attempts for 79 yards, but one of those was I think about a 64-yard run by Lasowski in the first series that they had. Passing, Cambridge throwing probably a little bit more than usual, 8 of 11 for 70 yards. Lasowski right on the numbers tonight, 15 of 20 for 273 yards. Total offense, 141 for the Bobcats, 352 yards that Tornadoes have put up in the first half with no turnovers for either team.
Yeah, we got to count the fact that Corey Lasowski had, count them, 5 touchdown passes in that first half.
Yes, he did, and he accounted for the other touchdown with his legs. So he's having a super night tonight, and like we said, you know, Dover's just on all cylinders right now. I think Cambridge is, you know, like you said, from last year, it just carried over again to this year with them. The Tornadoes have their number right now.
And that is the Big Jim Burgers and More halftime report, brought to you by Big Jim's Burgers and More on the south side of New Philadelphia. So we are getting ready for the start of our second half of action here at Crater Stadium in Dover, with the Tornadoes leading it 42-0, and it's been a tough one on the Cambridge Bobcats so far here in the first half.
Yes, it has. I think, you know, they come out. I think they felt, and I know that Cambridge was in somewhat of a rebuilding year this year, as you can see on their starting lineups both ways. They're playing about half and half in the seniors and underclassmen. You come in and play a team like Dover, and it's just so hard for every team that they play to get ready for them, because you don't see that stuff in practice. And then you can try to imitate it. You can try to practice it all week long. But, you know, when you get game speed, Scott, it's totally different.
The Tornadoes, you've got to think, are going to bring in some different folks, maybe get their starters in, maybe the third quarter, and then bring in the backups.
I would think so. I would think that your starters for Dover is going to have to play 1 or 2 series, just depending on how things go, you know, with their offense. And so far, they've kind of scored at will. So, and after that, you just give them a break and let them get ready to relax here and get ready for next week.
The homecoming queen for this year's homecoming festivities here at Dover, Ann Edwards, daughter of Mike and Mary Beth Edwards. So congratulations to Ann. The Bobcats ready to go.
Big confidence builder probably, Scott, right here for the Bobcats. You know, that they can come out and maybe move the ball here a little bit to begin the third quarter, and just, you know, I think they know, and I think Coach Goodrich knows right now that trying to put 42 points on the board against Dover and hold them scoreless second half is probably a task that not very many people could handle. So they just got to get out and get ready to, you know, get some confidence in their kids, move the football a little bit, and then, like you said, watch both JV.
Have a few injuries there in that first half as well, right?
I believe so.
Danny Witter kicks it away. And here come the Bobcats. That's Reese Lashley. And he stopped around the 25-yard line, where the Bobcats will take over, 1st and 10. And pretty much the first unit coming out for the Dover Tornadoes.
Well, we said, you know, you're going to have to let those starters play at least the 1-2 series here in the third quarter, because you can't let them just play a half of football and expect them to be just, you know, right on top of their game. They got to be able to play both halves.
Billy Webb remains at quarterback. Tyler Hardesty remains at tailback. He'll get the handoff, and not much there. Murtaugh dove into the pile and helped make the stop there. Tyler Hawk there.
Tackled by Keith Johnson.
And that's a gain of about 5. 2nd down and 5. Just underway here in the second half on Big Time Sports.
Cambridge, just be patient offensively. Go ahead and run the ball. Get your main guys in there. Get them some carries. Throw the ball in a little play action and move the ball down the field.
Out of the eye, the handoff to Hardesty straight ahead. Nothing there, and sure not very fancy by the Bobcats, and even their running game now has deserted them against the Dover Tornadoes.
Well, like I said, I think Dover's just got their number right now, and they're just putting 8 people in the box and making him throw the football. And successfully, I think Dover knows that Cambridge can't beat them in the air, so they're just going to play the line of scrimmage and try to stop Hardesty and give him 4 or 5 yards and make him punt the football.
3rd down and 5. Webb rolling to his left. They've got a man open across the middle, and it's overthrown. Intended for Shepard.
Billy Webb's pass.
Well, you can see right there by Webb, you know, he was rolling a little bit left and trying to throw the ball back across his body, and that's a little bit tough to do for any quarterback that
They seem to like that roll to the left.
Yes, they do.
A little bit, well, obviously to the wide side of the field.
It's gone to the wide side of the field that time. Plus, you know, you always got your eyes right on your targets when you're rolling that way.
Nick Liptak ready to kick it away. Corey DeShira and Ian Drepcho will field the punt, and they'll let it roll. It'll stop at the 34-yard line, where the Tornadoes will have it. 1st down and 10.
Cambridge punt.
Well, like you said, you're going to see Dover's offense come out and see what they do on this series here. And if they take it down and score, I think Coach F might look at putting, you know, maybe not full unit of second groupers in there, but he'll get some other kids in there that he wants to see run with the first unit.
Well, the danger is that you've got games coming up that this same situation could present itself. And what are you going to do? You got to get your starters some time, and you can't tell them don't score.
Right.
So you almost have to let them play.
Like we talked about, you know, a little bit too. The top 4 teams in the ECOL we thought going into the year this year was going to be Cambridge, Dover, New Philly, and Coshocton. We'll talk a little more after this play.
1st down and 10. The handoff to Amarella. He breaks it off the right side. He could go all the way to the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. 62 yards. Dover's done it all.
They sure have now. When you look at that, this is the first time tonight that they put Mamarilla in the backfield, handed the ball off to him, gone right up to the middle of the line, and he just took it all the way there for 62-yard touchdown run. So that, like you said, that pretty much they've had their way this evening.
So Rafter on to try the extra point again, trying to make it 49-0.
Cody Gordon to snap.
The Cambridge coaching staff's just got to be scratching their heads here. What do we do to stop the Tornadoes? The snap, the kick, and it's good. Rafter's turned out to be a very good find as a kicker for the Tornadoes. He has been very solid. And it's 49-0.
Well, getting back to what we said, you mentioned a minute ago about Dover's schedule, remaining schedule here on out. Now they've already got both of the other, you know, of the 4 teams I just talked about. They've just played 2 of them and pretty much handily defeated both of them, we can say right here. And so they got to look at getting through the rest of the year up to week 10, just make sure they're healthy and make sure that they're staying sharp with their offense. And you know, there again, like you said, how long do you let them play in the second half, your starters?
Well, I see Tyler Murray, one of the defensive starters in tonight's game, in a sling on the sidelines here for the second half. So you've got to assume he will not return tonight.
Yeah, that's where we saw Murray, and what was that, about the first quarter? We saw him down there sitting, and they were working on his either his elbow or his hand. So let's just hope it's nothing serious with him.
So Danny Witter ready to kick it away again. And it'll be Lashley again. Out to the 20. Across the 25, out maybe the 27-yard line. And that's where the Bobcats will have it to start this drive with 10:04 to go in the third quarter. Scott Robinson and Chuck Rest with you here on Big Time Sports.
You know, you've said, Scott, a little bit too that we've seen, you know, Dover a couple times already this year and how much they've improved since game one. And I'm just pretty much watching all facets of their football team, and it seems to me like they've just improved everywhere, all the way around.
They're not the same team we saw in week one, that is for sure. Webb drops back, looks to go long down the left sideline. He's out there, and it's caught. As it's Ryan Hatmaker with the big catch. He's brought down by the Tornadoes' Colton Zahner. And let's take another look at it.
Well, you can see he just ran a fly pattern down the sideline, and he just beat Zahner deep. Just nice throw and catch right there by Cambridge. Biggest play they've had tonight, and got him down to about the 20-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going from here.
The Bobcats first down and 10 at the Dover 20. The handoff to Hardesty. Brought down from behind. As that tackle made by Chris Cecil. He's been active tonight as well from his defensive tackle spot.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats.
So the 5-yard gain on first down makes it 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line. Dover leading it here 49-0.
Well, I think Dover's trying to put a few fresh pants in there to get some work with the defense, and they've kind of attacked it both times.
Hardesty tries to bump it to the outside. Cecil there again, and he is tackled for maybe a loss of a yard or so. Lost the football, but apparently he was down. And it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats.
They've been successful on this tonight, just running a little tight end out into the flat on that if they think about throwing the football here, but definitely it's 4-down territory for him, so it won't matter.
Lepla, the up man, in the backfield. Tyler Hardesty, the deep man. Webb looks to throw. Got a man across the middle, and that is going to be a nearer touchdown at the 1-yard line. Drapcho makes the touchdown saving tackle. Webb takes a hit. And the Bobcats on the verge of scoring here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Webb did a nice job right there of catching the football on a slant pattern. Just had a nice job, nice hit. Thought they had him in the end zone right there. If they had just reached the ball right across, I think he would have scored himself a touchdown.
DeChira also there to help make the stop at the 1-yard line. Just wonder sometimes when they don't come up and try a quick count to try and make things happen. As Hardesty gets rocked down there at the 1-yard line.
Yes, he did. He just got stood up and couldn't tell who it was, but just put a hammer right on him, made him lose about a yard on that one.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal. And there's a case of why don't you hurry up to try and get Dover so they're not set on defense. They'll go with the power eye. Dover's got it stacked inside. The handoff straight ahead. This time, it's going to be a touchdown. As Webb with the quarterback sneak from a yard out.
Well, they were in that power eye thinking probably Hardesty was going to get the football. That's what Dover probably thought. And Webb just went right up there with a quick count on the quarterback sneak and took it right in the end zone for the Bobcats to get them on the board.
So Liptak on to try the extra point.
To attempt the point after for Cambridge.
Like we said at the beginning of the half, you know, this is just something that Cambridge needs to just get a little momentum. You know, this game's probably out of reach for them here, but, you know, they could still end up with a pretty good season just because they got beat tonight by the Tornadoes.
Liptak's extra point is good.
Extra point is good.
So it's 49-7.
Seconds left, 3rd quarter. The score over.
Still 7:29 to go here in the 3rd period. So with the shutout gone, the Tornadoes may sub a little more here. Tornadoes just really passing in the first half. It's been a long time. I've seen them do it before, but you don't see a team score 42 points in a half very often.
No, you don't. They, like you said there, they had everything going for them and everything gone wrong for Cambridge. So that was a pretty nice first half for the Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes, Corey DeChira and Ian Drapcho will drop back along with Jeff Ickes. And Liptak will kick it away for the Bobcats.
Nick Liptak to kick off for the Bobcats.
So the Tornadoes will try and
Ian Drapcho, Chico to
get on the board again here.
Jeff Ickes return for Dover.
DeChira with it. Breaks it to the outside. It could go all the way. He's got the kicker to beat. That is not going to be a foot race. DeChira is going to take it all the way. Touchdown on the kickoff return.
Well, Scotters, or anyway, I guess they haven't scored yet on a punt return, have they? They almost did, but didn't get it on that one. DeChira just picked the ball up just perfectly and took it right up the middle of the field. Good blocking by Dover's front group, and you're not going to catch him when he gets out in the open. As he's probably one of the quicker kids, I would think, in the
he's
county.
A state track performer,
yes.
So he's not going to be caught from behind. And he just chugs right in, 85 yards, and Witter on to try the extra point.
Now Sattler to hold, Danny Witter to attempt the extra point.
And that's going to be backed up, I think, 5 yards maybe.
Yeah, I believe you had one of the Tornadoes on the left side kind of move a little quick.
5 yards, still try for point.
So it'll make it a 25-yard extra point here. So the Tornadoes give up a touchdown. They get it right back. Good snap. The kick is up. And that is no good. Wide to the left.
Extra point is no good.
So it's 55-7.
Third quarter, Dover 55.
And Tyler Lepla is down for the Cambridge Bobcats, and he would be added to a long list from what we understand of Bobcats that physically have been manhandled here a little bit by the Dover Tornadoes tonight.
Yes, that's what we understood, that they had about 4 of their starters not be able to come out the second half, and now you don't want to lose Lepla, as he's definitely a two-way stud for them, so that's going to hurt him a little bit.
I hate to lose some of your better players in a game that's
like
already
this.
out of
You're
control.
Right. That's the key, and that's what we talked about. At what point in time do you take those starters out, make sure that, you know, they're going to be good to go for next week for you.
You know, Cambridge still has, I believe, Coshocton, New Philly, you know, so some other bigger teams left to play.
They played Riverview last week, so they've still got Coshocton and New Philly and Claymont.
And we know they've got Meadowbrook the last game of the season.
Correct. So, you know, they're going to be able to compete without any problem, I think, in their remaining games. I mean, I would say that, you know, Coshocton and New Philly are going to be probably their the tougher of the 4 games that they would have left, but I think, you know, the Meadowbrook-Cambridge game, you never know. You know, that's a rival just like Dover Philly is.
Claymont's come on here, too.
Claymont's come on, and again, we get to see them next week and see how they're doing when the Tornadoes go down there. So, and tonight, I believe Claymont's got Coshocton, so we'll just see, you know, on that one.
Rafter kicks it away. Fielded by Berger, back at the 7, out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, down the sideline and down at about the 37, 38-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds.
A nice return right there by Berger for him.
So let's take a look at good return here by the Cambridge Bobcats.
And he was just able to catch it and take it right up the sidelines, and had some good blocking on the left side by the Cambridge front man, and puts Cambridge's offense in good field position.
So first down and 10 for the Bobcats at the 37-yard line. Webb rolling to his right. Across the middle, has got a receiver there. It's Freeman. And Freeman to the 42-yard line of the Dover Tornadoes.
Great
and
roll.
that's a first down.
Just rolled out right there and flooded the zone where they put a guy deep and a guy in the middle and a guy short, and he was just able to Webb was just able to pick up Freeman on the basically a drag pattern by the tight end across. Or I should say their flanker, not their tight end.
So first down and 10 for the Bobcats. Clock rolling, 6:50 to go here in the third quarter. Webb showing the option, and he's taken down. Loss of about a yard as Tornadoes had that one under control. Andrew Bates making the big play in the backfield. That'll be second down and 11. The Cambridge Bobcats out in the I formation. Webb has gone the entire way. The handoff to Hardesty. Has a little opening. Pushes his way forward. Still on his feet.
We'll be close to first down on that one.
And might be
Couple
third and
yards
one,
to
maybe
go.
third and 2.
Yeah. Nice job by Hardesty. Nice job by the offensive line by the Bobcats on that
You know,
play.
give Cambridge credit. They haven't given up. They're still out there playing hard right now.
Yes, they are. They're still trying to move the ball offensively.
Trying to find that Wascowee Wabbit.
See, now I was going to be nice and wasn't going to say anything like that.
Quedit, C-W-E-D-I-T. Quedit. Third down and 3. They blitz. Bates has got a hold of Hardesty, and he will not get there. It'll be fourth down and 4. Loss of a yard. Tornadoes just have timed up those blitzes very effectively. So fourth down, no doubt the Bobcats have to go for it here.
Well, we thought on fourth down last time they'd probably throw the ball, and they just gave it to Hardesty, and he picked up a first down on it. So it'll be interesting here with 4th and 4. See what Coach Goodrich makes the call on this one.
So 3 wideouts in the game for the Bobcats. Webb rolling down the middle. It's overthrown, intercepted by Zahner. He's got some speed, he's got some blockers, and he has it back to the 35-yard line of the Cambridge Bobcats. A very aggressive return on the overthrow by Webb.
Yes, it was Zahner. He was the one that got beat in the last series, and I think Coach Hift had a little talk with him. He was just sitting right back there waiting on the pass. It was overthrown a little bit, so once he had that interception, he knew which way to go. So nice job by Zahner on that one.
The Bobcats have taken a timeout here with 4:31 to go in the third quarter. And the Dover Tornadoes leading the Cambridge Bobcats 55-7. That gives us a chance to tell you about the upcoming games here on Big Time Sports. As coming up next week, it'll be Dover at Claymont. Chuck and I will be there for that one. On October the 10th, it's New Philadelphia at Cambridge. On October the 17th, Dover hosts Greenville. On October the 18th, it's Girouet, Tuscarora Central Catholic. And then the big game that could decide the ECOL, it's Dover versus New Philadelphia at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. That coming up on October the 24th. And our regular season wraps up with Tusky Valley at Indian Valley. That is the regular season for Big Time Sports. Of course, if teams are fortunate enough to make the playoffs, we'll try and do our best to cover as many as possible for as long as possible. So the Bobcats, I think, wanted to regroup just a little bit. Trying to effectively use their timeouts right now to keep everything organized. Corey Lisowski remains in at quarterback, although the cast around him may change a little bit in the backfield. Johnson is there. He'll get the carry down to the 34-yard line, gain of maybe 1. As the tackle made there by the Bobcats, Nate McVicker. And
I think that's what I'm sure they're going to leave Lisowski in a little bit, and probably, like you said here, just a little bit, try to run the football and see if they can take some time off the clock with them, as they know they've got this one in hand pretty well.
so Johnson will stay in the backfield.
And this is a good way to keep your first offensive unit in there and not try to do too much.
Johnson again, the handoff, takes it straight up the middle down to the 15-yard line. And that is a first down for the Dover Tornadoes. And it's just outside the 15-yard line there. 18-yard gain. And the Tornadoes have just worn the Bobcats down.
I think they have. I think you can see another Bobcat gone off holding his arm or holding his shoulder. I believe gone off the field on that one right there was for the Bobcats was Robbie Moten. So the Bobcats are getting a little bit depleted right now, Scott.
Out of the shotgun, Lisowski looking at the back judge, trying to figure out when he puts his hand up for the 5 seconds. Tornadoes trying to milk the clock as much as possible. The handoff to Ickes down to the 11-yard line.
Well, I'll say right now, Scott, this is a nice job by Dover right here. You know, running the football a little bit, keeping their first group on the and letting them play pretty much all the third quarter, and not really trying to do what they do and, you know, move that ball down the field as quick as possible.
Well, it's one of those things too. They may need this type of offense as they get farther down the road, or at least they might need it a bit.
Right. You know, you can start playing some teams that have got some, you know, pretty good defensive backs, or some people that can really get some pressure, and a good tackling football team. They're going to have to come up with a little bit, you know, diversity in their offense.
Second down and 5. 2 minutes to go. Johnson straight ahead, 11-yard touchdown run.
Keith Johnson, touchdown Dover.
Well, just a little inside handoff with Johnson right there, and just a double team at the point of attack, and he was just able to cut it right back off the double team and take it right into the end zone.
So Witter on to try the extra point. Good snap. Witter's kick is up. This time it is good.
You know, that's the other thing too. Dover's got two pretty good probably field goal and extra point kicker right here with their additions. You know, they were kind of spoiled there for a couple, 3 years with Reinhardt, but it just seems like right now they're not really missing a beat on that.
Pretty solid. 62-7 is the score. Dover on top of Cambridge. We also want to remind you, coming up Monday night on PCM TV2, it's girls high school volleyball. It's Central Catholic versus Highland. And Charlie Jones will be the voice on that one as we get a good look at the folks in the press box there. You see Scott Ebert and Doug Willoughby of the Dover staff. And we see our friend Roger Metzger from the Times Reporter. American Idol himself. Probably hear about that. I'll never get in another Roger Metzger column ever.
You're probably right.
How about Chuck Rest being featured, ladies and gentlemen, this week too? Didn't get a chance to talk about that. Even threw me some love. I love it, like that. I'll tell you.
Nice job by Hank Keithley on that.
He does a good job.
And, he does a really good job. Times Reporter Sports Department does a great job covering high school sports around here, and you know, it was really much appreciated by me, and I'm sure it was the other guys that got interviewed too. That people like to know, I guess, and how they do every once in a while also.
After to kick it off. And again, to the 25. Turns the Jets 40-yard line where he's on the Dover sideline.
Well, I think you're going to see now that Dover should probably bring in some second unit guys on defense here and see what they can do. And I'm sure that Cambridge's offense is probably going to look and see what.
Well, right now, Dover's not shown any signs of letting up. They still have.
They still got most of the group
most of the starters in there.
Yep.
As Hardesty gets pounded again. He has taken some hits tonight.
Yes, he has. They put the helmet and the shoulder pad in him a few times. He's going to be sore in the morning when he gets up.
Tyler Hardesty on the carry for Cambridge. Tackled by Chris Cecil.
You know, that's one of those things too. As an old coach, you know at what time, and you always discussed it. You know, is the coach ahead supposed to bring in his second unit before the guys getting beat, or is it vice versa? So, but I do think they'll both just get out this quarter and then go.
Webb looks to the outside.
Nice.
And the completion to Hatmaker.
I'll tell you, that's the other thing I've noticed with Dover too, is just, you know, a lot of team tackling now that I don't think they might have had the first week of the season. There seems like they've got 3 or 4 hats on the ball as soon as something happens with it.
Gain of 4, 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats.
So it's 3rd down and 5 for the Bobcats. Hardesty remains the deep back in the eye behind Webb. He'll get the handoff. He'll have the first down, scoots to the outside and has a nice gain inside Dover territory at about the 42-yard line. So 12 yards on the carry for Tyler Hardesty.
You know, Hardesty has had some nice runs tonight. You can see right here, he just had a lead block by his fullback up in there and was able to cut it to the outside and missed tackle by the Tornadoes on that one. And he was able to pick up about 12 or 13 yards. So that's, you know, he is definitely a pretty nice back for the Bobcats.
Gessner and Jeff Ickes getting the tackle. The handoff inside. Not much running room there for Kyle Cox. And that probably will wind up our 3rd quarter of action as we're winding down under 10 seconds to go. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the Dover Tornadoes leading the Cambridge Bobcats 62-7. And we're back. We're ready for 4th quarter action here at Crater Stadium in Dover. Scott Robinson and Chuck Rest with you on Big Time Sports. Let's get a look at some of the folks in the crowd.
Well, it looks like right now that the Tornadoes are bringing in some.
Webb gets to the outside. He launches it long. Ickes is there, and it's deflected. We're going to get pass interference, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Tornadoes. Ickes and Freeman looked like they got into some hand-to-hand combat.
I think they did. I think Ickes might have put the hand in the face mask on that when he turned around.
Previous spot, automatic first down.
So the Tornadoes struggled just a little bit on that play. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. Cambridge sticking with its first unit here. The handoff to Hardesty. He gets turned around and spun down by Tyler Milburn.
Tackled by Tyler Milburn.
You know, one thing I've got to say about the Bobcats, they really haven't had a tremendous amount of turnovers.
No,
really.
No, this has been pretty much an error-free ball game both ways. And like you said, it just seems like they just couldn't defensively. They just couldn't stop Dover, and that's what it's been. You know, they've moved the ball, I think, effectively. And even in the first half, and then they'd get a penalty here, a penalty there, which would put them back and set them in.
How many times were they in 3rd and 1 and they get a 5-yard penalty? Webb rolling to his left, drops it off. I believe that was number 42 out there. That is Robert Weaver.
think Weaver is a backup fullback for him, and again, that's been a pretty successful play for him also, with either the fullback in the flat or the tight end in the flat. So that's some success they've had tonight.
So it's 3rd down and about 3. Ball at the Dover 15-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Dover on top, 62-7. An impressive performance by the Dover Tornadoes, led 42-0 at the half. And Webb kept it himself that time. Nothing there. The Tornadoes had it stacked up. It's 4th down.
That's a pretty tough 3rd down and 3 for a quarterback sneak on that, but they must have got about a yard on that, so we got 4th and 2.
So Cambridge will go for it here on 4th and 2.
Power I coming out by the Bobcats, so I would think that certainly number 20 for them would tote the pigskin on this one.
Instead, they're going to pass, and that is going to be overthrown and incomplete. And that'll be turned over on downs to the Dover Tornadoes. They went for the surprise element there. The Tornadoes had it covered, the ball overthrown, and the Dover Tornadoes will get the football back.
Well, I think now you're going to see the second unit of the Tornadoes offense come out and work here in the 4th quarter.
So the Tornadoes come out, they're ready to go. And at the quarterback spot for the Tornadoes will be Ian Murphy. Murphy will take it himself out across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Tyler Berger on the tackle for Cambridge.
So the Tornadoes showing a little bit of a ground game here. Really now it's just a matter of taking some time off the clock. A handoff. And nothing there for the Tornadoes.
Deontay Evans.
That's Deontay Evans.
On the carry for Dover. Robert Berger
And it's 3rd down
for the Bobcats.
and about 11. With the ball all the way back at the 13-yard line. Coming up here following our game, it'll be the Manor Restaurant MVP and also the Edelweiss Tavern and Inn post-game show. So you want to stick around for that. Evans to the outside, some running room at the 25 and knocked out of bounds there in front of the Dover bench out near the 30-yard line.
Nice job right there. Pick up a 1st down by Evans.
Greg Brown.
Just a little speed sweep by the Tornadoes. Nice blocking out front. You see Evans got a little bit of speed there to turn the corner on and pick up the 1st down.
So the Tornadoes have it 1st down and 10 out at the 29-yard line. A handoff again to Evans, and he has got some jets. And he is all the way down to the 31-yard line. About a 39-yard run there by Deontay Evans.
Well, just a little inside handoff. Guard pulls, kicks out on the end, and Evans just had a big hole at the point of attack to run through, and you can see he's just got some wheels on him and was able to run about 40 yards on that one.
Just a sophomore. First down and 10. Murphy, the handoff. Around the end and knocked out of bounds is Pierce Applin. And he toted it down the left side. Almost took it in for another score. So Applin gets it down to the 5, where it'll be first and goal for the Tornadoes.
Nice job up there by his second group of Tornadoes on the offensive line, Scott.
They've really opened some holes. And Murphy's going to take it himself from 5 yards out.
Murphy on the keeper. Touchdown, Dover.
I can see Murphy just faked the fake coming across to the back and just took it right up in. That's Patton and Corey Lasowski when they can run that down in there also.
Danny Witter on to try the extra point here with 7:22 to go in the game. That was a pretty nice drive by the second unit.
I would say that was an excellent drive by the Tornadoes. Didn't put the ball in the air one time.
And that kick is up. And that kick is good.
7:22 left.
That makes it 69-7, the Dover Tornadoes.
Well, I really don't know what else we can talk about right now, Scott. I mean, this is just a ball game that's just gone Dover's way from the get-go, right? As soon as they received the opening kickoff. So, you know, there hasn't been too many things that's gone wrong with them tonight. In all facets of the game. Like I said before, you know, their offense is clicking. Defense played a nice, solid football game for them tonight. Shut down the run for the most part. What the Cambridge Bobcats wanted to come in and do, I'm sure. And then their kicking game and special teams have been superb also. Only thing they've had is just one bad extra point, I think, on go wrong for them tonight.
Hey, don't forget, too, to catch the Big Time Sports Show with Charlie Jones every Wednesday night at 7 and Fridays at 10. You can watch Big Time Sports on Channel 2. Answer the trivia questions at the end of each show by going to BigTimeSportsTrivia.com. The weekly winner receives dinner for two at the Denison Yard and a lube oil and filter from Ferris Chevrolet. Big Time Sports, it's big time action for big time fans.
Fourth quarter score, McKinley 24, Glen Oak 19. Final score, Hoover 13, Youngstown Boardman 9.
So Rafter will kick it away again this time. It'll be taken by one of the up men. That's Denzel Davis. And he'll be stopped about the 23-yard line where the Bobcats will have it with 7:16 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Tornadoes on top 69-7.
Some other scores, Jackson 13, Austintown Finch 6. Final score, Timken.
So it is
Husky Valley
another opportunity here for the Bobcats, and they'll bring in Trevor Wilson at the quarterback spot.
Christian Academy 13, Tuslaw 12 in the fourth quarter. Final score, Manchester 63, Indian Valley 0.
And Wilson takes a tough hit by the Dover defense, and that is Chance Shalosky making the big hit from the linebacker spot.
Chance Shalosky on the tackle for Dover.
Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Well, the thing about this group here, they're going to see themselves the rest of the game, and then they'll get to Dover. I'm sure travels to Cambridge tomorrow for a JV game, and they get pretty much 5 quarters.
Central Catholic 0. Fourth quarter score, Seaman
Out of the shotgun. Again, the handoff inside. And not much room to run there for the Bobcats. And on the carry there was number 42, Robert Weaver. So quickly, it's third down and 10.
Fourth quarter score, New Philadelphia 46, Meadowbrook 13. Also in the fourth quarter, Kashong did 23, Claymont 7.
Third down and 10 for the Bobcats at their own 23-yard line.
Final score 47, Strasburg 12.
As Trevor Wilson, the handoff. And Weaver really had nowhere to go. Stopped at about the 25-yard line.
No, this Dover group defensively here, Scott's pretty fired up here. They're doing a nice job.
Actually, it was Robert Berger with the carry.
They're coming right at him.
So Jake Yannico comes in to punt for the Bobcats on 4th down and 8. Dropping back deep for the Tornadoes, Adam Moss, one of those back. And I believe it's Justin Straub, the other player back. Moss is going to take it. Gets it to the outside at the 40. And then that's about all he's going to get. Maybe to the 39, where the Tornadoes will have great field position again here with 5 minutes to go in the game. Only the diehard fans remain as it's 69-7. The Dover Tornadoes have dominated all phases of this football game.
Yes, they have. They've just been, like I said, they've clicked on all cylinders tonight. So something I'm sure Coach Est will be proud of coming out against the Bobcats. And got a little confusion out there on the offensive line on who's playing where.
Ian Murphy remains in at quarterback. And we're going to get a 5-yarder on the Tornadoes as they jumped a little early.
Ball start, gets the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Well, I would think right now that anybody that's got a pair of shoulder pads and football pants on for the Tornadoes have been in this football game at some point in time.
See what the Tornadoes can do here with some of the reserve unit in there. Evans in the backfield along with Murphy. And Murphy's going to have to take it himself, and he'll get about maybe a yard or two back.
Yeah, it looked like he bobbled the football there just a little bit on the snap. Couldn't quite get the handoff, so he had to take it himself. Up back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
Tackled by Jack Wolf.
So another group of youngsters comes in on 2nd down and 14.
You know, it's awful nice, though. You know, we got to talk about these kids that, you know, don't get much playing time during varsity football games. They got to wait till Saturday morning and play, and, you know, you just wait your turn. But it's awful nice to be able to get on the field in varsity action.
Murphy's going to take the snap. The handoff given to Pierce Applin. And they get yardage down to the 35-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 5. Nice gain of 9 by Applin.
Got a whole host of new Tornadoes coming in on the 3rd down. Maybe this is the 3rd down special.
It's the 3rd down special after the 2nd down special. I think they're playing odds and evens is the way it's going at this point. The only remaining excitement in this one is, can the Dover Tornadoes score more than 70 points in this one? Evans has the 1st down and more, still on his feet down at the 25-yard line, and he just about broke it.
He just about broke that one. Yes, he did.
The biggest challenge for the coaches now is to make sure they get 11 players who all play different positions on the field at one time.
Exactly. Yeah, they didn't bring as many out on that one right there. Now they just come in, you know, 2 or 3 at a time maybe.
So the Tornadoes have Ian Murphy remaining in at quarterback. The handoff to Weaver straight ahead inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line.
Got a flag down on the play. Might have got a.
Ladies and gentlemen, a black purse has been found in
Maybe a face mask toward the end of the play.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe they had 3 Cambridge Bobcats in there, so it could have been a face mask on them.
on the home side.
And that will be a big penalty if, in fact, it is a face mask penalty.
5-yard face mask gets the defense. Tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
So it is first down and 10 with the ball spotted at the 14-yard line. And the Tornadoes are in a position where they may score again.
Well, they're moving the ball like they can.
Tornadoes stay in the 4-wide set. The snap to Weaver, and he had nowhere to go, taken down right at the 15-yard line. So it probably is going to be a loss of about 1. Second down and 11.
Ian Murphy on the carry. Loss of a yard. Second and 11 for the Tornadoes.
So second down and 10 for the Tornadoes at the 15-yard line.
Now tell
Weaver
me,
the deep back.
they going to put it up in the air here, Scott?
I was wondering if they were just going to. Yeah, I don't think they're going to take a knee here.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
Ian Murphy takes a knee.
Yes, they are. Had it looked at the clock and had it set up there, and they thought maybe that would be the best thing to do.
It will bring the quickest end to the game.
Yeah, I don't think we need to score any more points tonight.
No,
do
I
we?
think there's enough. It's 69-7. I think that's probably okay. So the Tornadoes, I don't think, can run all the time off the clock here, but
they could be pretty close, I think, maybe.
yeah. So the Tornadoes just kind of wait around here till they get a signal for the 5-second mark left to go before the play needs to be snapped. And Murphy will take another knee. And now it's fourth down.
I'd say they don't get anything here. Cambridge come out on the field for one play possibly, and that might do it.
I think the official's waiting to blow
I
the
think
ball
they're
ready for
looking at
play.
it. Yeah, they go. Now they might be able to go.
I don't think they blew the whistle with 30 seconds to go, so I'm not sure they need to really do anything here. I don't think anybody's going to call a penalty if they're a second one way or the other. They do snap it, and
Ian Murphy takes a knee.
I think they're going to call the game right there. It looks like they said that was enough, I believe.
they stopped it at 8 seconds.
Okay.
So
They said Cambridge was looking. I think Coach Goodrich maybe have said, yep, had enough.
clock,
He told him
Cambridge
just go ahead
said
and run the clock down and
28
go.
seconds off.
So that'll be it.
That's it. The final score, it's Dover 69, Cambridge 7. We'll come back, name our Manor Restaurant MVP, and we'll have our Edelweiss Tavern and Inn post-game show in a moment. So come back with us here on Big Time Sports. And there you see the final score, 69-7, Dover all over Cambridge. Time now for the Edelweiss Tavern and Inn post-game show. And really, as our final statistics will show, the Dover Tornadoes, just a real dominating performance, even though they didn't throw a pass in the second half.
No, they didn't, but the score at halftime just indicated how the game went. Rushing, Cambridge, 41 attempts for 106 yards, 2.59 yard average, and that's something that I'm sure that they're not used to doing. Where Dover, on the other hand, rushed the ball 20 times. A lot of it was with their second unit, but they come up with 284 yards for a 14.2 yard average. Passing, Cambridge 13 and 19 for 171 yards. Corey Lasowski, 15 of 20, which were all in the first half for 273 yards. And like Scott said, they didn't even attempt to pass in the second half. Total yards, 277 for the Bobcats. Phenomenal night for the Tornadoes with 557 total yards. Cambridge 1 turnover, Dover none. Really a well-played football game from that aspect.
Hey, before or after the game, try the Edelweiss Tavern in downtown Sugar Creek. During the week, try their delicious lunch and dinner specials. And on Friday and Saturday, they feature Italian pasta and the very best steak and prime rib in the county. The Edelweiss Tavern in downtown Sugar Creek. We'll see you there. We're going to take a final break. We'll come back with our Manor Restaurant MVP right after this on Big Time Sports. And we're back as we get ready to name our Manor Restaurant MVP. We had some great performances, but you can't go wrong with picking Corey Lasowski as our Manor Restaurant MVP. He was 15 of 20 passing for 273 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he also had a rushing touchdown. That all came in the first half. He is our Manor Restaurant MVP. That's going to do it from Crater Stadium in Dover, where the final score was Dover 69, the Cambridge Bobcats 7. For Chuck Rest and the rest of the Big Time Sports team, I'm Scott Robinson saying so long, everybody.